I found Theta healing while I was in acupuncture school. And after practicing acupuncture for 5-6 years, I pretty much just backburnered acupuncture altogether because I have found Theta healing to be that powerful. And what I'm most passionate about, which it sounds like and feels like is really in alignment with the Dharma Creation Institute, yes, is helping people to discover what it is that they're here to do and then remove all of the energetic and subconscious blocks to actually doing that, so that we can, it's very selfish, my desire, like my purpose here, like I want to live in the world that I know is possible for us to create when we're out of scarcity consciousness and truly living in the vibration of abundance. So, and that when we're all plugged into our purpose and reminded of our actual power, and when we lift off enough of the external constraints of white supremacy and patriarchy that have been ingrained in us that block us from our creative power and potential. So the way that Theta healing works to address this is by using the power of the Theta brainwave to basically hack into the subconscious mind. So with Theta healing, we're actually able to rewire, restructure, and upgrade the subconscious belief systems that operate in our brains like computer operating systems, right? Like computer programs. And the reason this is important is, as science is now catching up and proving what alternative practitioners and like formerly New Age people have been talking about for so many years, is that our behavior is driven almost entirely by our subconscious mind. So the subconscious is about 88% of our brain. It makes up about 95% of our behavior. So if I decide I want to launch my new career as a Reiki Fire, Holy Fire 3 Reiki practitioner, that is 12% of my brain that is responsible for about 5% of my behavior that is making that call. And the other 88% that is responsible for 95% of that, my behavior, got programmed when I was between the ages of 0 and 6 years old. So if I had a divorce in my family at that time, which I did, you know, I received programming about the safety of forming intimate relationships and stability and what family looks like and what relationship looks like, right? And so then every time that I go out to operate in the world, I'm running on these old, faulty, kind of outdated belief systems that tell me things like, it's actually not safe to get close to people, or people are going to hurt you, or like, you can't trust anything to be stable. So what happens is that I, or we, or all of us tend to subconsciously sabotage ourselves from actually going towards the things that our conscious mind wants. So Theta healing is one way to hack in and kind of tweak it. It's a way to get in there and upgrade belief systems into the subconscious psyche that actually guide us toward what we want to create and bring us back home to the truth of who we really are, as opposed to who we got programmed to believe that we are by family structures, societal structures, religious and cultural structures, right? So it's a peeling away of all the layers of who we're not, to get to the essence of who we are so that we can gain access to our creative power and then express as that in the world.
Wow. I know, because I went through your 8-week program as a client, like that is what happens. You peel away stuff that's not you. So that's a simple way to put it, and thank you for that description. So I didn't really know how Theta would work, but I did that. And when we finished our 8 weeks in your coaching program, the pandemic broke out. And it was like the week that we went on lockdown was when I was wrapping up my eggs, and I was like, wow, I thought it was just my own personal shit I needed to get together, not that the world would be ended. So the overall experience that I had, just to sum it up concisely, was I was going from frayed nervous system and feral animal level emotional trigger response, where my emotional bandwidth and fuse was like short circuiting, and things that were happening in my day to day were triggering the mortal shit out of me. But I was like, my level of trigger and response has to be about something that is not what's happening temporally on this timeline, because I'm at 100,000 level of, I'm over all of this and I'm about to like transform into Kali and chop people's heads off. But that person just said something minorly rude to me. Where is the, like, and it was like everything was just at 100. You helped me regulate my nervous system by reprogramming the belief that it's not safe to ever inhabit my body, trust my nervous system, or trust my emotional responses and express them. So by the time we got through 8 weeks of all the theta, I was dealing with the historical from childhood, from past lives, from parallel dimensional reality versions of things that had set up that belief system in this life. And I was grounding deeper and deeper into resonance with trusting my nervous system and my body and my emotional response and having it. I still have those ups and downs, but I'm not so afraid and beside myself about it. I'm like, yes, I came into this body to have these emotional waves and responses, and I can command them and I can harness them. And I can use this energy to create or destroy consciously while being fully present and grounded. Yes, I'm multidimensional and I'm human. And I'm here for it all, rather than like, I'm kind of not here for this and I don't really want to be here. I'm scared because it's so intense. So you just feel like, oh, shit is really crazy and intense, and I'm here. And I'm here for it. And some days I don't feel that way, but whatever the core subconscious, like, I'm not here for this at all, we remove that. And now I'm like, yes, I'm fully here for my Dharma, and it's rocky and it's a roller coaster and it's scary. And I'm more excited than I am dejected.
Beautiful. It sounds like, it sounds and feels like you got a little bit more volition around your having a human experience.
That's what I know. I was like, I know I need to get home and get on with my professional development and there's stuff, and I just don't feel like I have the energy to do it. That was why that's what I wrote to you in my intake. How it ended up playing out in the 8 weeks was like, we weren't even directly addressing that. We were addressing belief systems that would be roadblocks to me doing that. And now I'm doing it. Pandemic or not, it's happening. It's cracking.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Beautiful.